Hello, today's video covers the parasitic nature of tumors brought on by the special needs of their metabolism. When normal cells gain or lose function of specific genes, they can quickly begin to multiply and survive. These quickly outcompete their predecessors. This is known as carcinogenesis. Cancer cells are defined as a population that multiply at an exceedingly high rate. This chews up a lot of building blocks necessary to make new cells. One of those building blocks are nucleic acids in order to make DNA, as you see drawn by the terrible blue double helix here. Next, fatty acids are necessary to make phospholipid bilayers that comprise the plasma membrane of all of these new cells. This is a very important step, as all of these cells need more and more fatty acids. Additionally, extra amino acids are necessary to create new intracellular and extracellular proteins that are necessary for the cancer cell survival. Lastly, carbohydrates are one of the last building blocks necessary in great excess in order to provide the nutrients necessary for these highly proliferative cells. Tumor cells multiply at an incredible rate, a rate at which cannot be sustained by the available building blocks present in the normal tissue. Likewise, the amount of oxygen necessary for normal cellular function is simply not enough for this amount of cells in such tight space. In fact, the conditions in this tumor are almost unlivable for normal tissue cells. Due to the lack of available oxygen within the small tumor space, cells are forced to provide themselves with energy through other means. The O2 pathway is not available, but the anaerobic non-O2 pathway is. This is the pathway that tumor cells often utilize. The non-O2 pathway, otherwise known as anaerobic, does not rely on oxygen in order to produce cellular energy. The consequence is that there is less energy and dangerous byproducts. One such byproduct is the formation of what we call lactic acid. This lactic acid seeps from all the cells into the tumor microenvironment. This is a direct consequence of the anaerobic pathway. This is very important. This lactic acid itself actually changes the environment of the tumor, not only of just the cells that surround it, but the whole tissue that's affected by the tumor. This is a positive for the tumor cell, but a negative for the normal cells, thus acting like a parasite, improving its environment to the detriment of its host. The more tumor cells there are producing more lactic acid means lower acidity, or higher acidity, I should say, a lower pH. This favors the tumor cells, while it does not favor the normal cells. Thus, the more tumor cells and the more lactic acid, the better environment for the tumor. This is called the Warburg Effect. This particular strength of the tumor exposes an important weakness, though. In the classical treatment of cancer, the main challenge is treating cells that are only cancerous while leaving out the normal tissue cells from the treatment. Otherwise, you'll hurt the patient. These stark metabolic differences allow us to differentiate tumor cells, for example those with the anaerobic non-oxygen pathway, from those with the normal energy generation oxygen pathway, allowing for a new avenue of therapy. Thank you for watching.